My question is to you, if there was one thing you could tell yourself as a starting off creator or whatnot, something that you wish you could have learned a little bit sooner. I know time is the ultimate teacher and we will ultimately learn everything as we go on anyway, but if you feel like there's something you just wish you had a handle on early on, what would that be, in case there's other people out there who might find this helpful?
Don't focus on the numbers. Focus on the
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Pretty much what we said the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Focus on the people. Yeah, I definitely think that's a great idea. I mean, you can also go into like you could go anywhere with that. You could go with like uh, whether or not numbers are actually something you want. You could go with the practicality of the chances of you actually getting numbers, in the current YouTube climate or any YouTube climate for that matter. But ultimately, creation is about an artist art making something, right?
Yeah.
And
Don't get into
ultimately,
don't get into YouTube thinking it's going to be a career. Get into YouTube because you want it to because you it's something you want to do and it's something you
yes,
enjoy.
and continue to create things that you want to do and enjoy. Don't try to
Yeah.
change what you make just because. And I think you're a great example of that because your content is relatively consistent over the last several years. Don't try to change just to appease whatever YouTube wants you to appease or whatever
Yeah.
audience YouTube
Because people
thinks you
will
should have.
notice.
Definitely.
People will definitely notice if you change your content just to fit with a trend
Right.
or with the intent of growing. Like if I know I'm probably taking you over time here, but
No, no,
uh,
you're still good. You're still good.
my friend, have you heard of the YouTuber Noisy Butters?
It rings a bell. I don't know them super well though.
Her name's Hannah. I've known her since probably 5 or 6 years at this point. We met because I did a Let's Play of Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. And she commented on that. I was like, "This game's my childhood. We should be friends." And we've been friends since then. Has almost 1 million subscribers now, and
Wow.
like for the longest time, she just kept doing it, kept grinding, kept doing the same thing she'd been doing, and she was around the same level as me in terms of subscriptions. And then one day, YouTube was like, "Let's take that, put that on recommended real
Recommended.
quick," and now
Yes.
she's blown up. So
Right.
if she had not continually made content, that wouldn't have happened.
Right.
But and that's why I'm still sticking to what I'm doing because one
Yeah.
of these days I truly believe at the moment, yes, I think the let's playing art form is not anywhere near as big or popular as it used to be.
Sure.
But I think it's gonna keep going and then we're gonna get this next generation of kids who wants to watch let's plays.
Right.
And there is gonna be a chance for these other creators to grow again.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of why I haven't changed what I want to do. I'm like, someday someone's gonna want to see this.
Right. Ultimately, if you want to create something, naturally someone wants to see it.
Yeah.
We're all unique, but we're not that unique. We don't have. It's not like every audience member has a very, 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 very specific thing that they're looking for. There are common trends, and ultimately,
Yeah.
if you enjoy what you're making and you start off doing that, the people who do come by and watch you, they're the ones who start mattering. And when they matter and they see that you change something to follow some trend to something that you no longer enjoy, it's probably something they no longer enjoy watching. They're the ones that are going to notice, like you said, and those are the important ones. Those are the important people. So yeah, just continue to do what you like, and ultimately, like you might find that some format that you have been doing is just not the format that you've actually enjoyed the most. You could
Yeah.
find later, so this isn't to say that you shouldn't let your content evolve. If you started off, I'm not saying you specifically, but those people watching out there, if you guys started off Let's Playing, and then you found that there's a specific part of Let's Playing you like, but it works better in a different format or whatnot, by all means, feel free to try that out. Just continue to enjoy what feels good for you, what
Yeah.
you enjoy expressing and whatnot. Keep saying what you want to say. And ultimately, I think that's the best way to have a good creative mindset. And
And
to
I think try to find a balance between what you want to do and what your audience wants to see.
right,
Like, don't do something that you do not want to do just because it's what will work for an audience. But
absolutely,
like an example, I did a poll on my community tab on my channel for my next Let's Play. Uh, and people voted for every single one. But instead of doing the one that got the most votes, I'm doing the one that got the least. So like I'm still doing what the people want to see, just less of them. But it's the
right,
one, it's the game that I wanted to do. So
sure, sure.
I'm trying to strike that balance.
Hey there. You just watched a clip from my creative podcast. If you'd like to check out the full episode, you can support me over on Patreon, and if not, you can subscribe to check out more clips coming here soon.